Good evening, Wizards Nation. So, I feel like our Wizards, they've done a horrific job with their messaging this year. Amongst other stuff, They have been inconsistent with their messaging to their players and to us. Like the main consistent thing about us this year has just been the putrid play. I don't want to get into the semantics, dude. Defensively, offensively. We know this, But the rotations and the lineups, have mercy on us, dude. I can't. And how mad can someone get in this tanking season? I keep asking myself that. We expected this. We got to develop our young bucks, keep our pick, da-da-da-da. We know this. But to me, and I feel like some of y'all out there, at least have some dignity in losing and lose competitively. And at least have some consistency in, giving the rooks, the young bucks, some minutes. Have some consistency in that department at least, which I feel like has not been the case this year. See, this is what Coach Keefe said a couple nights ago when we lost to the Celtics. Mind you, by 45 points, we gave up 146 points at home. I told you I wasn't going to get mad. I'm not going to get mad. I can't get mad. No. Coach Keefe said, quote, "We took a step back." He also said, "We need to reevaluate what we're doing." Brett, I feel like some young Wizards fans right now, they are reevaluating their life decisions. And if some of y'all are listening, dude, I understand. I was there too at one point in my life. I'll say 2014, 12, 13, before we made the playoffs. Just hang in there, dude. Hang in. Don't jump ship. Trust Will Dawkins. Never mind Coach Keefe. He's not going to be here next year. Trust me. He's not going to be here. I will do everything in my power. Trust me, I will leak shit. I don't know, dude. We know this. I'm overreacting like an asshole. This is what Will Dawkins had to say after the brutal Nets loss earlier this season.
We have to improve. There's no doubt about it. I would say that he's playing a lot of different players in a lot of different lineups. You'll probably see that number of 11 guys start coming down now that we've given some guys some opportunities to put people out there for longer stretches, so shrinking the rotation a little bit.
Completely agree. Shrink the rotations. Give these players who are in a rhythm consistent run. See, that's like coaching 101. And I feel like even the basic components of coaching has been supremely missed by Coach Keefe this year. And I'm just like, that's right there that pisses me off the most. I never mind the historic defensive putrid play. That pisses me off too. But I don't know, man. I've been bitching, complaining, whining since day one about Coach Keefe's lineups and rotations, and I'm going to go in it in this video, dude. Man, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. So, like and subscribe, I guess. Will Dawkins said this earlier. He said this prior to the season started, right? And I'm going to read it to you guys verbatim. He said, "Defining Wizards basketball, and it looks like moving forward, is an opportunity that we're embracing. It's a challenge, but it's also a huge opportunity. And with that comes a lot of competition." Here's the part I want y'all to hear. Will Dawkins told players last year that a lot of stuff was given more than earned. This year, that can't be the case. And everyone in here has to feel that. Iron sharpens iron. I love Will Dawkins. I'm his number one supporter. I don't know if he's number one. I'm probably number 7 or something like that. I'm not too high. But right now, ass is sharpening ass. I can't. I'm sorry, Will Dawkins. I see the vision. I see. I agree with most of the stuff that you've done so far. But, dude, case in case point, Jameer Watkins. He just said minutes will be given and not earned this year. Like the community post that I posted a couple nights ago when we played the Celtics. I didn't go online. My bad, y'all. I didn't. I wasn't feeling it. My bad. Jameer Watkins randomly started that game. As a matter of fact, he only had 30 minutes played this entire season. He's barely played, okay? And kudos to Greg Feinberg for that stat and, in general for his, overall presence. He randomly started Jameer Watkins over dudes like Champagnie, Will Riley, Cam Whitmore. It's safe to say that Jameer has not earned any minutes this year, primarily because he hasn't been given an opportunity to earn them this year. Okay? So how Greg Feinberg stated, yeah, it was weird. It was weird in my opinion. I wasn't too mad at it because I was like, all right, at least you're going to randomly give somebody some run. At least give it to a rook like Jameer. Here's what I want to add on to what Greg Feinberg said. I want to add this on. Mind you, Justin Champagnie, the game before, had his best game of the season. Okay, this man had 13.7 rebounds. He stuffed the stat sheets. 13.7 rebounds against the Sixers. And instead of starting Champagnie, who clearly earned those minutes, he goes to a rook who barely played this year. Okay, Champagnie went from playing 24 minutes against the Sixers to now 15 minutes against the Celtics. I'm going to put it right here for you guys so you guys can compare. The inconsistent messaging is probably right now flustering the hell out of Wizards players right now. They're probably like, dude, what do I have to do to get these minutes? What the hell do I have to do? And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They probably see some favoritism here and there, but like, I don't know, man. I truly don't know. Here's what BK, or Coach Kiefer, what the hell you call him, has to say regarding starting Jameer.
He had gotten a little bit good opportunity with Cody down in the go-go. We wanted to see what he could do against some of their top flight players. And I actually thought he was really good. You could see his imprint on the game defensively. You could feel him out there. I liked what he did some offensively and helping us keep the ball moving. So I was actually really pleased with what he was doing the last night's game. It also keeps the rotation a little bit the same. He was kind of just replacing Bilal's.
I'm going to show you all this real quick. Our lineups this year have been so bad. I mean, some of it, honestly, regarding our, injuries, especially we've been injury riddled as of recently. But this is our recent lineups. I'd say like the past 10 games. If you look closely, the main consistency has been 3 dudes. McCollum, George, and Sarr. Those dudes, in Coach Keith's eyes, can do no wrong and will always get their healthy minutes. I like to toss the Middleton in there, but the Middleton, has been getting his veterans rest games. He's not playing some here and there, so I understand, But those 3 dudes. Besides them, look at this. Jameer Watkins starts against the Celtics. But then the game before that, Champagnie started against the Sixers. Game before that, it was Bilal Coulibaly. Then he got injured, obviously. Then it was that. Trey Johnson, who was starting at shooting guard. Then he gets injured. Then at the 3, it's George, Coulibaly. And then there's a stint before Corey Kispert got injured where he is starting at the 3. And then at the 4, it's just been amazingly, Corey Kispert again starting at the 4, George and Middleton. And then here at the 5, like, obviously when Sarr is healthy, he's starting. But other than that, it's primarily Bags. And then there's games where Vucevic randomly gets a start. Our most common lineup this year has been a lineup that's been played together just 3 games together so far. McCollum, George, Middleton, Coulibaly, and Sarr. Look how many other lineups do we have. 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, and there's more than that. Reason why I showed you all is because I just want to see. I want you to see the inconsistency. Put yourself in the player's shoes. They're just like, what the hell do I have to do to be like, get me my, my 17 to 22 minutes a night? I'm gonna go off the list. Will Riley has clearly earned minutes with his recent play. Clearly earned minutes. I guarantee you, once dudes come back from injuries, he's not gonna be nowhere near the rotations. Friggin' Bob Carrington, less minutes. His play has been so he's been getting a little bit better here and there, but I'm just like I'm at that point. I was like, dude, give Will Riley some run at point guard, dude. What is there to lose? Bilal, take him out. When Bilal's not in the rhythm, or when Bilal's giving you nothing, take him out. Never mind his 27 minutes a game, or never mind his draft status. Take him out. Feed the hot hand. You know, and I'm not saying Bilal's been. I mean, this year, 2 weeks strong. But we know defensively is where he's going to contribute. But like, I don't know, man. Champagny clearly has earned minutes. Clearly, guarantee you, when dudes come back, he's not going to get any minutes, as he hasn't been pretty much this entire season. Trey Johnson. Granted, we learned with Trey Johnson, like he had that hip injury, so that's one of the reasons why his minutes were, inconsistent and low. But like even then, I would have put him in that model. I want to show y'all two situations, and I'm gonna call it quits in this video, y'all. The Vooch. Vucevic randomly started. He started over Bagley. Bagley was healthy. Mind you, the 2 games prior, Tristan was horrible. Horrible on both ends. And then he gets granted a game with he's starting over Bags. Granted, again, since then, Vucevic has been playing a little bit better offensively. Obviously, he's been doing his thing. But you know what I mean. I don't get that decision. Another one. The Cam Whitmore against the Bulls. This man was on fire. Well, he had 20 points in limited minutes. He had 20 points. Coach Keith subs him out. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Takes him out. As a matter of fact, barely plays in the rest of the game. And even has Bub Carrington in the final possession over Cam Whitmore. Bub Carrington, who was never in rhythm the entire night. Again, I don't know. I don't know. Players have got to be disillusioned this year with this. Cam Whitmore will never, ever be successful with these type of inconsistent minutes. This is what Will Dawkins had to say regarding the inconsistency of the minutes early on. Again, after the Nets loss.
I would say the coaches control the minutes. We have conversations about what we want to see from players when we want to see it, and make sure we're giving everybody opportunity. I think it's important to zoom out on the year and understand that there's 82 of these things, and we just want to have as many data collection points and know as much information about each player that we can. So there's going to be trials and cycles where guys get more minutes, get less minutes, and he'll probably shorten the lineups a little bit and make sure that he's giving guys longer stints and then rotate those guys out.
I'm going to end it here. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. But this is just something that's just been pissing me off. But, go Wizards. See, I just don't want the players to lose confidence. And, you see, the spirit is just defeated. We just look defeated out there in the first quarter. Just the whole overall energy, the body language. We don't want that. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video. Peace, y'all.